everyone. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Thanks for joining my session. I first want to thank Ann and Women Tech Network for giving me the opportunity to be a speaker for this tech conference. I'm also honored to be part of this amazing platform full of inspiring women in tech. So for my presentation, I'll be talking about the evolution and importance of women in leadership. And I'll try to answer any questions at the end if time permits, but I hope you enjoy my presentation. So here are some of the highlights. I will provide a brief intro of myself. I'll get into the basics of women in leadership roles, how it has changed over the years, challenges that many women face, and the ways that we can encourage the next generation of future leaders. So about me, I'm currently a senior data analyst at Digitas Health, which is a subsidiary of Publicis Group, and I'm aspiring to become a data scientist in the near future. I'm also a tech leader for Women Tech Network and the winner of the Women Tech Global Awards 2020 for Global Ambassador Most Invitations. I'm also a life coach and founded Beyoutifully Empower, in which my goal is to empower women to become the best possible version of themselves and to reach their full potential through personal and career development. So I love to connect with you all, so feel free to add me on Instagram and LinkedIn. So stats for women, as we all know, based on the stats from various resources regarding women in the workforce, only a few are in leadership positions in the US and also in other countries globally. There has been gender inequality and bias challenges, and we can see that the significant gender wage gap. Overall, only 24% of women hold senior titles like CEO, COO, and other leadership titles, especially in the US, which is at 21% now. In Fortune 500 companies especially, only 4% of women are leadership roles, which is actually very less. And also nonprofit companies, 60% don't even have females as board members. So the stats have increased compared to 5 years ago, but the ratio of women to men in senior management roles are still really less, especially in the tech industry. So even though we see a lot of more women breaking that glass ceiling, they still face barriers to climb up that corporate ladder. So here we can look at how leadership styles overall have shifted and more women's representation has grown in the past decade. So leadership is not the same as it was 10 years ago, which is something I like to bring to light now. In the past decade, traditional leadership was more like the norm, where the leader would make all the decisions and follow an authoritarian style, where managers would focus on getting tasks done and would follow strict rules. Over the years, because of technological advancement and commercial innovations, leadership styles have shifted where managers would take input from employees, and then they would foster a more collaborative work environment and flexible one where everyone can add value and innovate new ideas. Like the management style was actually to build more trust and employee engagement for actually better decision making. But now things have changed in the past 2 to 3 years as more women have been considered for senior management. And so new leadership style, which is more integrative, where managers are more focused on a mission and vision. They focus a lot on the growth mindset, where they recognize the employee's strengths and give them resources for them to grow and improve their skills to get those optimal results. So such as like continuous improvement using training and mentorship. Also making sure that they leverage new skill sets in each role so that each employee gets to thrive in their tasks. Like it's more about what the people or employees want and how managers can actually make them happy and evolve and grow personally and professionally. So how has female leadership evolved over time? So as I mentioned before in the previous slide, women did face a lot of challenges a decade ago, especially in a male-dominated industry, where women weren't even able to be in a leadership role, even if they were competent. They faced imposter syndrome, had to deal with the high competition with male peers, leading to low self-esteem and self-doubt. But leadership styles have shifted and has changed dramatically over the years. Women have become more competent and more educated, and that confidence soared tremendously for the past 5-6 years, reducing that confidence gap. So they were able to increase this confidence by practicing more self-love and being determined to go after what they wanted, no matter what anyone said. They became eager to shatter the glass ceiling and focus on women empowerment. So as you can see, there are rise of more female leaders now, where Women have become very strong advocates and have created several support groups where they all get together to inspire and empower each other to reach their full potential and to show that they're capable as men. There are several global conferences just like Women Tech Network out there that foster a safe community for women to help each other out via training and workshops. So due to this increased solidarity, there are also more male allies that are tremendously supportive these days. But there are some myths and misconceptions, despite the fact that more women leaders have been on the rise and have ascended the ranks. These powerful women do face a lot of barriers and challenges, as society is still hesitant to accept that more women are advancing the corporate ladder and challenging that status quo. I had this happen to myself, actually, but people have misconceptions that being a woman, being a leader is only because, okay, she wants power or status, and then people assume that women cannot be as determined or ambitious as men. Society still is hesitant if women portray masculine qualities, and that means we're labeled as aggressive, bossy, controlling, which is not true at all. So if you're a woman, it's you're known as weak if you are submissive, but if you're assertive, immediately you're the tough one or the difficult one. So even if we try to own our voice, these challenges keep coming up and we get that bad reputation. But leadership reality is different. So I like to challenge that status quo and go against gender stereotypes, which are deeply rooted. So women and men are equal, and it's totally fine for women to portray those masculine qualities, such as just being ambitious, driven, and having that mental strength. Women, we don't believe in that power where one gender is more superior or inferior, which is pretty much understood in society these days. But we don't think that we're more dominating or superior. All we ask is that men and women are equal, and they get the equal rights. And if men can do it, women are also capable in every aspect. Equal partnership is significant, whether it's in the workforce or even in personal relationships. But I have to say, it's inspiring to see more men allies these days. And I do encourage younger men to understand who strong women are and accept that women like to bring change into this world and help support them in achieving their dreams. You can be a successful leader by balancing these masculine and feminine qualities. So when I came to Women in Tech, the Women Tech Network, as a leader, I realized and learned that you can be strong and assertive and also be compassionate and empathetic. So ways to be an effective leader. So here are a few qualities an effective leader possesses. So number one, authenticity is very important as a leader if you want to become a leader. So always be yourself, be unique, share who you are and what you're capable of, showcase your strengths and talents that make you stand out from the crowd. You don't have to put on a mask to be someone who you're not. Also portray confidence. Work on your inner confidence always. And believe that you have the potential to become a successful leader by knowing your self-worth and what you bring to the table. So these two are super important for leadership. Effective communication, also very important. Always know how to listen to people, be a good listener, understand where people are coming from. Everyone has their stories to tell. Yet at the same time, also speak up for yourself. Own your voice, yet be assertive and stand up for what you believe in. So compassion and empathy. Always have empathy because be there for others. You don't know what people are going through, so always be kind. Everyone faces battles. So understand what their needs are and their values and respect their opinions and try to help them out as much as possible. Encourage personal and professional growth. Encourage others to adopt the growth mindset that success is not always going to be linear. There are going to be rejections, failures, but you learn from those mistakes and you help yourself grow and you keep evolving to reach, because failures are stepping stones to success. Managers, if you're kind of mentoring people or your manager, be willing to give constructive feedback to employees or others so they can improve on the areas that they need help in. And portray humility and integrity as always. Celebrate your achievements, which is super important to celebrate how far you've come, but yet be humbled to know that, you don't know everything, and that's totally okay. And that's why you're here, to grow and learn. Stick to your principles and lead a life that reflects your core values. So how can we empower aspiring female leaders and the next generation of women? So conduct workshops, so educate the next generation of females on important topics, like such as the latest technologies, the latest trends in tech, or even in life, leadership, career growth, and etc. Encourage them to attend conferences or events, just like this Women Tech Conference. There are so many out there. So make sure you attend all of them. Learn from female leaders, because that's what I did. I was new to the tech industry as well. And being new, like, I kind of went to my mentors and attended conferences. I learned from all of them, like senior executives. I would do informational interviews and ask them like how to navigate the workforce and follow their advice. And I was able to follow my advice, and I became I improved over time. So motivate them and ask questions, allow them to network and get inspired. So also have good one-on-one mentorship programs that a lot of organizations are having, where you can guide mentees by promoting personal and professional growth. And create a safe community for women. There's so many out there, but there are a lot of safe space for women to share their stories. All of us are having imposter syndrome. We feel like we're not good enough, but sometimes we just talk to another woman, we're going through the same thing. Be vulnerable, and other women can get inspired as well. And always share your voice. That's what makes you you, and speak up for yourself. So I define leadership as empowering the people around you and motivating them to make a positive impact on the world. It's not about you, and it's about what the people want and what they're looking for. It's about catering to their needs and giving them the moral support and resources to make them successful personally and professionally. It's also about owning your identity and sharing your story. Empower others to be unapologetically themselves and be a trailblazer, because that's when others become inspired. It's important for women leaders as well as male allies to spread awareness of women equality in the corporate world, and encourage young girls to tap into their strengths and abilities so they can reach their full potential. We should empower girls to let their voice be heard and stand up for what they believe in. Listen to what they have to say, respect their opinions, and accept them for who they truly are. Let them bring their true self to the table, and eliminate any kind of gender bias, discrimination, stereotyping. So we should support them to have the same equal rights as men as always, and instill confidence in them to manifest their dreams. So to all the girls out there, you guys are all strong, talented, worthy of love, and you have what it takes to get that leadership position or role, or even want to become a CEO someday. You have what it takes. And you're the dreamers, the doers. All of you guys are the winners in every aspect. So we're all here for you. So how I became a tech leader. So my mission in life is to inspire others to be the best they can be and reach their full potential to make a world a better place. I've had a lot of setbacks in my career. I've experienced imposter syndrome, but I didn't have a mentor. I learned everything the hard way and on my own. Like, I'm the kind of person who has the can-do attitude. So I never give up no matter what. I've attended several webinars, joined many networks, and now I have an amazing support system here at Women Tech that is also helping me get through this. So I didn't want the younger generation of women to go through what I went to, which is why I wanted to become that role model where I can show younger girls that if I can do it, so can they. So my goal overall in life is to encourage women to break those gender stereotypes and give them the moral support that they're capable of becoming a future excellent female leader. Like, your identity, creativity, perspectives, everything is valuable to the world and to a company. And it's my job, or everyone else's job, to make you guys feel heard, seen, and loved. So I like to pave the right path for the next generation of girls to break that glass ceiling and to create change in the tech sector. So I started focusing on leadership development and have been working as a founding member for Women Tech Network. I've empowered from last year, united at least 100,000 women in tech. Now we have almost 300,000. So super proud to find their purpose and excel in their career. And they've all were very happy about it. Another amazing leaders out there. It's one of the best decisions I made. I was ranked #1 global ambassador, and because of Anna, like I also developed my leadership skills. Like before I came into Women Tech Network, I didn't even know what leadership was. I had that imposter syndrome where like, am I good enough to be a leader? Like, do I have what it takes? But I went in, I realized, yes, I aimed high and I was able to kind of get that recognition. And I was able to not only expand my network, but learned from so many global women tech leaders now. I also encourage the other women, the next generation, to promote the network and help the community grow. I was one of the community keynote speakers for one of last year's tech conference, which also had about 200 speakers and 3,000 women in tech. Because of this, I got so many more opportunities, like a lot of opportunities opened the door for me, and a lot more features and interviews in other tech magazines, such as Women Tech Leaders magazine and Gal Talk Techs, etc. So I learned a lot within these past 1.5 years. I've been in tech through my personal experiences and from industry experts. It's been an incredible experience and truly an honor being part of such an amazing platform full of inspiring women leaders. So my goal is to add value to people's lives and make a difference, by sharing my story, experiences and the lessons learned with everyone out there. So a quote that I really liked and I wanted to share with you guys is that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you're a leader. Like you don't have to have a title or a status to be a leader, like just empowering or just motivating others to just make a small difference in the world. World makes you a leader, and that's all it takes. So I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation, and feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll leave it in the chat below, or shoot me an email at veenaforever19@gmail.com.